So as I am preparing to vacate this apartment in the next few weeks at least, I thought that since I'm cleaning the place out anyway, I might do another beer cans video because I have several of them here, and some people seem to like the last one. So let's take a look at some more interesting Korean beer can designs as they go into the recycling. All right, first up, we have OMG. This is our ale collection. I do not know what to make of this can. It is, as you can see if you look around it, very music themed. And there's also, I suppose I should scan this QR code before throwing it away and find out what it is, but you know what? I just don't care. Beer was decent, not too expensive either, so that was good. Okay, this is an interesting one. This we have, I showed you some cans with bears on them last time, and this is another can with a different bear from a different company. Now, looking at this, which I'm sure is going to be backwards to you, you'd be forgiven for thinking that this is a pale ale. It is not. It is actually a brown ale. Arced Pale Ale, as far as I can tell, is the name of this company. So, yeah, a little bit, you see the big pale ale, you think that's what you're getting, and no. I think it's pretty good. No complaints about most of these, so. Now we have, this is one I showed, or similar to one I showed way back when I started this series. You may remember Cass. It's one of the very common domestic brands, one of the most common. But this, as you'll see, is Cass White. It is different. This is wheat beer. Wheat beer with a refreshing finish per the can. And that's it. Just to let you know it exists, that even the domestic brewers here can get a little bit creative. Now we have, I'm not mistaken, this is another one from Arc with a much more interesting can in my opinion. Very artistic. This is referred to as Soul Light Ale. There were two cans. There was another one. I think it was called. I'm blanking. It's Royal, not Royal Honor, Royal Pride. I think that was like this but colored in. Probably one of my favorite designs. I think it's just very understated. And it was another brown ale, and was also, you know, it's fine. No complaints, as said. Now, this is definitely the most colorful one I'll be showing you. This is Hop Splash. I really think this, when I saw this, I thought this was an import. And I'm still not convinced that it's not, but I'm looking around. It's a lot of Korean on this can, which you would expect, but then I can't find the brewer to figure out exactly where it's from. So this one is probably not from Korea, but I'm not sure where it's from exactly. Definitely one of the stronger ones on this one, and this was a convenience store beer because in this country you can get surprisingly potent beer at a convenience store. So there's that. So as long as we're looking at imports, here's one that's definitely an import. Volfas Engelmann. This one's a fancy one. I've seen these for a while. I wanted to try one, mostly admittedly because they looked cool. Has a few things going for it. First of all, you don't see it because this is empty and open, of course, but has that like foil, the gold foil on top, which all of your fancy beverages have. But this is also kind of the gimmick to this. It's referred to the Volfas Engelmann. One of their like slogans is that it's a head above, and it is a head above because unlike most of these cans, this is a true pint. Most of these are 500 milliliters. This one is 568, so it is actually slightly taller, and you can probably see this. It's a little bit taller, so that's cool. You get a little bit more, but it's probably the worst one I've shown you so far. It wasn't great, and I don't like IPAs anyway, but that one not a particularly good one. This one, on the other hand, our last showing is a pretty good one, and this is by Platinum. And if I turn this around, you'll see we've got a little slogan on the back, like a little saying or something. I have no idea what this says. It occurs to me that this series would be a lot more interesting if I did it in China, with Chinese craft beers, of which there are some, because then I could tell you what these things mean. I have no clue, but the can looks neat, and it was probably the best of what I've shown you so far, just in terms of its overall quality. So there's that. And I don't know, maybe I'll find something interesting in the last few weeks I'm in this country, Maybe not. Maybe I'll just be getting hammered on soju the whole time. I really don't know. But I hope you enjoyed this, and catch you on the trail.